Hey fellow YouTubers, welcome back to Land of the Wombats. It's your bad old Uncle Chris here to share some off-grid pirate lifestyle stories. And today we're right in front of our lovely greenhouse, which we built ourselves. It's a really interesting little building and it's a super productive place at this time of the year. Let's go and check out inside. It's a cold day outside today, but it's actually really nice in here. It's a nice place to sit and probably read a book. So we've got a much larger greenhouse nowadays, and I think it's about, I don't know, 8 metres by about 4 metres, so it's pretty good. And this is not the first greenhouse we tried. We actually did a little tester of this particular style of building. We put it further up the hill, and it was tiny. It's like probably a tenth of the size of this place. So what we did was we trialed it, see whether it was worthwhile, found it was fantastic, and then we made this much bigger structure. Yeah. What we have is 3 permanently in-ground raised beds here, and they work really well because there are no drains on the side of this building. So when rainfall hits the roof, it falls down the side and then goes under the ground. And so the plants can access that groundwater, which is really good. So we found that's quite resilient. So in the centre bed we're growing radishes and beetroot, and they're a good high value winter crop. We obviously have to thin these fairly shortly and get the tomatoes and some more chilies started. And we've got sort of a bit of silver beet over there, a bit of kale over there. Interestingly enough, we've managed to overwinter chilies, and they're always a surprising plant because they can grow up to 6 years in this sort of environment. But outdoors, they'd be cooked. They'd be so dead. The winter would just destroy them. And yeah, so really super easy. They look kind of pretty ill at the moment, and that's because we've had a cold winter, but they'll bounce back just fine. And just to the side of me here, there's some really interesting. These are a very tropical plant. Probably the most cold tolerant. I forget whether it's a pawpaw or a papaya. Does it make any difference? I don't know. But they are called babaco. That's how it's pronounced. But in my flat Australian accent, I'll call them a babaco. And over summer, they will turn bright yellow, and they taste like lemon sorbet. So it's actually really nice. Really great use of the greenhouse, and you can see it doesn't have a lot of leaf cover because the cold winter knocks them back. Even in here, like outdoors, this plant has a 0 chance of survival, but in here it kind of works. Now some fun things to notice about this greenhouse. Above all of the raised beds, we run a very strong stainless steel cable, and what that can do is I can tie other cables up to it that hang down and then grow vines up them like tomato vines, and it just makes it allows you to use the available space that you've got here. So instead of a tomato which will sprawl all over the ground, I can run it right up there, and it gets about 8 foot of height, so probably 2.4 meters. That's pretty good. The other thing to notice about this greenhouse is that we have permanent ventilation around the roof, and over here, so right around the roof, there is it's open to the outside air, so all the hot air will actually rise. So rather than concentrating the hot air in this building, it's better to have a less productive area but a more resilient area, because if, say, it was a sealed greenhouse and I forgot to put the shade cloth over the top or open the windows in summer, and mistakes happen, and we had a 40 degrees Celsius day in the shade, and that's 104 Fahrenheit in the sun or in the shade as well, the plants in here could cook. So this permanent sort of aeration and ability to allow the hot air to escape just means that all plants will be fine on those sort of days. The only thing I really have to do in here, probably even now, right through winter, is probably just give the plants a little bit of water. And I've got to do that. I could set up like a little water robot in here and just sort of, just set it off for 10 minutes a day and it'd be a no-brainer. I don't think that's a particularly hard problem, but I actually really like coming down here and checking out how the plants are going. So what we have to do that is I've got a tap, just a bucket here, the tap. Just give you an example. They just walk around and just dump some water on them. It's not really hard. And doing a watering from above actually also simulates what rainfall does to the plants. So a lot of people say avoid the leaves, but I'm not really too fussed about that. We don't really have a lot of fungal problems here. It's just hot and dry, and plant diseases aren't too much of an issue. Yeah, so very productive place, and it's super good. I'd pretty much like a second greenhouse. That'd be good. I like that. But we'll see. It's a project for the future. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch all of you next week. See ya.